Hi guys, it's me, Joe. Alright. Let me take off these headphones. I look like a freaking degenerate with those. Alright. What's up, my friends around me? I'm Joe. This is my first ever vlog, I think. So, I'm just here to tell you all about my experience with being fat. It all started all the way back in, I think, when I was like 2 years old. I think I was eating a lot, like freaking racking up like stuff like, and yet I was still eating some vegetables at least. I was eating stuff like a lot of stuff like McDonald's, like, so that's the reason why I look like freaking Jabba the Hutt today. Like, here's my experience of being fat. Most of the people in my school, actually, all of the people in my school don't call me fat, but that's partly because all of my friends don't call me fat in school. But it's probably because they don't want to get in trouble. But one of my other friends, I'm not gonna say his name, but one of my friends, he pointed at my belly, and said fat, and then instantly I wasn't even but we were friends again. But yeah, it was kind of awkward, to be honest. He apologized, and I forgave him. He's actually a really nice guy. But either way, alright. My fat stomach is covering the camera. So, but outside, I always get called names by a lot of my IRL friends, like Kendall. Well, actually, no, Kendall actually barely, called me fat, actually. It was only when I was being, when I would get mad, back in 2024. But his air friends, and a few of my other friends, like Nate and Trey, they like to basically use me as their punching bag. Trey, definitely. He always calls me fatty and such. Do I get offended by it? Not that much. I've gotten used to it. But yeah. As you can see, I have 2 chins right here. Yeah. Probably one of the worst things I have ever been called is Eric Cartman. That's probably one of the worst things one of my friends have called me, to be honest. It wasn't Trado, but yeah. So, anyway. Alright. But yeah, most of my IRL friends like to call me fat and all that. And, well, to be honest, it's the truth, to be honest. I mean, look at this. You can't look at this and say that I'm fat. You cannot look at that and say I'm not fat. Yeah. But yeah. Anyway, new videos are coming soon, don't worry. But yeah. Anyway, that was my experience with being fat. Also, because of it, I hate my weight. I basically kind of hate, I actually really hate my weight. I'm not saying it's a blessing to be fat. Sure, it's actually kind of fun to make jokes about myself, me, chasing some random bully being get in my belly! I mean, I was there's this one, when Nate was still here, he's a pretty controversial person. But his brother is a huge dick, so I remember, his little brother out. He was basically being a huge asshole. He was, being oh, I'm gonna come over here and I'm gonna beat you guys up. So then I started chasing him, being get in my belly! Because he's, around, he's, around up to, my belly. That's how big he is. So yeah, that was kind of fun. Only for him to come back with a bat and basically, for him to assault us. Yeah. And that's when I was like, oh, I'm sorry, because, listen, I don't want to get whacked in the head. The last thing I would want is a concussion. But yeah. But he started it. He was being a dick. He was threatening to beat us up. And we weren't even, I'm pretty sure he was mad at Nate and also mad at me and Trey for telling on him. But since Trey was on, Nate's little brother has been known to I remember him. He's actually kind of racist, so Trey would end up telling on him, which would lead to him getting pissed about it. But since Trey wasn't there, I'm guessing he decided to use me as the punching bag. So yeah, but he did that to himself. Anyway, like yeah, Nate's little brother, he did that to himself. But anyway, what else was that? So I do like basically I do like being able to make jokes about myself. Like, oh, I'm such a fat ass. I like what the freak? I got my freaking shirt strings on my hand. I look like a freaking. It's like I'm winding up on Music Box. There we go. For that in the garbage. String of my shirt. Anyway. I'm not saying I like being fat. In fact, I would love to get rid of this weight. I wish it was easy. You know, I wish I could just like grab this and like go like that. I wish I could just like freaking like rip off all the fat. But it's not easy, man. I don't know why. Like, there have been times where I've tried to do weight loss journeys, like wait for me to get distracted and for it to freaking freak up. Someday, who knows, I might lose all this weight. Yeah, I might lose all, like, because no joke, I have to freaking buy extra large clothing. I just spit, freaking disgusting. Like, I have to buy extra, I'm really taller than my own auntie. That's the only thing good about being fat, is that it somewhat makes me a bit taller. I don't know why. But yeah. And Cassian likes to make fun of me as well, my own brother. But he's getting sort of a belly. I can tell why, because he likes to eat stuff like Blue Heat Tackies,